First off, no, I think we need to understand first yung maritime strategy ng China. And from that take-off point, understand ano yung pwede nating gawin. Okay? So, again, going back to 1990s, which was mentioned by Senator Orly, yung maritime strategy niya was started off by Admiral Yu Huaqing. He was the Chief of Navy ng PLA Navy during the time of Deng Xiaoping. So, yung strategy na yun transcends time and administrations ng China. So, yung pa rin yung bumabangga sa ating ngayon eh. So, in our neck of the woods, isa neighborhood natin, simply put, China wants to assert or exercise uncontested sea control ng South China Sea. Okay? But that also is, ganun din yung strategy niya for East China Sea and North China Sea. But dito lang sa neighborhood natin, sa ating area, it's to provide uncontested sea control ng South China Sea. Now, we're dealing with several components of the strategy. So, yung Navy, yung Coast Guard, yung militia, plus yung occupied same features nila. So, we need to look at them as one ecosystem. Hindi yung Coast Guard lang nila o militia lang nila. Kasi they work in synergy. May ang nakukumpas na yung Southern Theater Command, which is the joint command nila based in that has the control over all the military, Coast Guard, saka yung militia forces operating in South China Sea. Okay. Now, part of that strategy is to, kumbaga, i-contest yung legal rights natin over, o yung sovereign rights natin over on EEZ. Okay. Now, yung protest is one way of affirming yung objection natin over yung actions nila. And that has been very important during later on in the arbitral award kasi it's parang kumbaga sa it's a continuing objection to their actions eh. But kulang yon, hindi lang yon eh. Nabanggit ni Senator Orly about presence, no? And yun yung kulang sa atin. Yung analogy ko rito palagi is yung the game of basketball eh. Okay? In the game of basketball, if you do not put 5 players on the court, default yung game in favor of your adversary. Now, we cannot contest, we cannot assert our rights dito sa ating EEZ if yung players natin are naka-bench doon sa bleacher and not in court. Okay? So, for us to be able to, kumbaga, have a minimum presence doon sa we need to put our players in court. That means maritime presence. Hindi uubra yung yung dadapo lang tayo sa Ayungin once in a while. Dadapo lang tayo sa Scarborough Shoal once in a while. Kasi when you leave those features, let's say kung nagpatrolya tayo, then uuwi rin tayo sa Subic or sa Palawan later on. We're not actually asserting yung rights natin. We're actually strengthening yung argument nila. Because pag alis natin, nandun pa rin sila. Okay. So, kumbaga hindi pa tapos yung basketball game.
Nag-ice water na tayo.
Hindi nga 5 players pinadala natin. Siguro 1 o 2 players lang eh. Tapos siguro for 5 minutes then babalik na ng beach. Yung kabila nandun pa rin. 5 players complete. Okay. So, basically that's the best analogy I can craft in terms of yung trying to give a picture of ano yung dapat natin gawin.
Idagdag ko lang, Michael, no? Isa pa, we are made to understand that our choices are always a dichotomy of surrender and gera. That's not true. Kahit na nag-aaway, kahit na yung mag-asawa nga nagsasabunutan, mayroong minsan physical na, pero mag-asawa pa rin sila. The point there is that there are ups and downs in our relationship. And whatever is reported, this is a new era, etc., that's part of diplomacy. We should not shut the door just because we are, the Vietnamese and the Chinese have a lot of trade in spite of the fact that the Vietnamese have been invaded. In 1979, they fought a war with the Chinese.
So I just wanted to point out, yung sinabi ni Rear Admiral Ong, yung presence, hindi kaya ngayon ng ating gobyerno, yung 5 ships or 3 ships in constant presence doon sa Scarborough or sa Ayungin.
Hindi pa kaya mag-field ng full team.
Yes. Is that a fact na hindi pa natin kaya? Kaya patrol in and out lang tayo?
There are creative ways of doing it. The first question is, where are all our ships? Both Navy and Coast Guard right now. And they're not all in the West Philippine Sea. They're doing something else which has nothing to do with protecting our sovereign rights of West Philippine Sea. Okay? Kasi they're scattered all over the archipelago. Okay? So maybe we look first at ano yung gaya na sinabi ni Senator Orly. Let's look at yung anong capabilities natin ngayon. Maybe we're not putting our players in the proper court. Baka yung 5 players natin imbes na nandun sa court na dapat tayo nakipagtunggalin nandun sa kabilang court.
Nagbabadminton, sir.
Nagbabadminton, not playing basketball. So that's one. Second is, kung kulang talaga yung resources, there are creative ways of doing it. The Malaysian Navy did it. Kinulang sila ng malaking barko to patrol dun sa Horn of Africa during the height nung piracy incidents doon. So what did they do? Nag-lease sila ng commercial vessel, then pinuturahan nilang gray. Okay, then they deployed it there. Actually, I think it was a tanker. Kasi kailangan nila large ship. So a tanker, pinuturahan nila ng gray, nagpapatrol doon. Hindi maubusan ng fuel yun. Okay, habang nagpapatrol doon. Usually, there are ways of doing. There are many different ways of skinning the cat in terms of approaches. We need to think out of the box. Ang hindi pwede yung ika-canalize natin yung sarili natin to a situation na wala kaming pera, wala kaming resources. Ika nga nung isang professor ko noon sa master's degree ko, if you want to be a successful revolutionary, you have to have a better strategy to offset yung minimum resources mo. Dito, I think we just need to have a better strategy.